Well, hi there. It's Tiffany from Daisy Farm Crafts, and today I'm going to do a tutorial for you for these adorable little flower squares. I have made lots in all sorts of colors with Bernat Softy Baby Cotton and a H 5mm hook. Now, this is a pattern that is free on yarnspirations.com. I went to their site and printed it out. It is for a blanket. Sorry, my color printer wasn't that great, but it is called the Field of Daisies Crochet Blanket. But I am going to be using this square for some little shrugs and sweaters and maybe little dresses for my granddaughters. My girls just loved this motif and they really want this for their little babies. So I just want to do the video tutorial for you for the square. It's really easy, and I have clearly, you can see, I have had so much fun making all sorts of different colors. So let's get started. Oh, I will say the original pattern is made with Red Heart Super Saver. So I'm obviously using a much smaller cotton yarn because I like to make the little baby sweaters out of cotton. But you could, of course, use this and make the blanket, or make this for a baby blanket. It doesn't matter. The squares turn out to be, I believe these are, yeah, 4-inch little squares. So if you use bigger yarn, they're going to turn out different size. But anyway, let's get the basics of the pattern. We're going to just start right here, and I'm going to take you through the 5 rounds of pattern. So it says with color 1, chain 4, join with a slip stitch to form a ring. So let's chain 4. And in this very first chain that we made, we will slip stitch. So I just enter my hook under the top loop, pull through and pull through, and we have formed a circle. Now find the center of that circle there, and let's work. Oh no, sorry. Now chain 3. This is our first double crochet of the round. Now we're going to work 9 double crochets into the center of the ring. Now I'm going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain, which is the top of that chain 3 that we made. That's our first double crochet of the round. Get my hook in there, and we're done with the gold color. Just the centers are one color, so you can clip that off. I'll grab my next color, lay that over the hook, and pull through with a slip stitch. And we're going to chain 3 and double crochet into the same space that we joined. That is called the first double crochet of this round. Okay, so we have 2 essentially. Now, into the top of each double crochet of this round, we will work 2 double crochets. At the end of this round, you'll have actually 19 double crochets and 1 chain 3 that counts as a double crochet, for a total of 20 double crochets. Okay, so I have worked my 19 double crochet, the chain 3 counts as 1. Here's my 20 double crochets. I'm going to just pull that tight. Now we will slip stitch again to the 3rd chain like that. And let's begin the third round. Now they say to skip the first double crochet. Well, that's the one that you slip stitched into. So we're going to work, and it's hard to see this first double crochet because it kind of splits apart with our slip stitch, but work right away with a double crochet and a treble crochet. So yarn over twice right into that second double crochet of the round from the previous row. So we have joined with a slip stitch, double crochet, treble crochet, all into this, what's considered the second double crochet of the round. The first is the chain 3. Now we're going to work 3 treble crochets into the next double crochet. We're making a little petal here. So yarn over twice, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and make 3 of these. Okay, so we have our 3 treble crochets. Now in the next stitch, we'll work 1 treble crochet and 1 double crochet. That finishes the little petal a little bit. And then in the next stitch, we will slip stitch. And we've just made our first petal. So the petal begins with double crochet and treble crochet worked into 1 double crochet from the previous row, previous round, I guess I should say. Now 3 treble crochets, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. And then in the last stitch, or the next stitch, it goes treble and double. And then we will slip stitch. Okay, so repeat that around until we have, you'll end up with 5 little petals. In the I'm about to finish in the last petal here by working treble and double. Now I'll just slip stitch either under here, your personal preference, and we're tying off. We'll start the third color. Okay, so you're going to want to pull up a loop in any of the petals, but you want the middle. So remember the 3 trebles that we worked. You want to insert your hook underneath the middle treble crochet right there. Pull up a loop, chain 1, and single crochet into this very same stitch. Now in the next stitch, we're still always working in the same direction. Let's work half double crochet, double crochet, double crochet again, and in the bottom here, let's work treble crochet. Now coming back up the other side of this petal, let's work double crochet, double crochet again, half double crochet, and single crochet. Single crochet was the first stitch of this sequence that we started with, you know. So let's repeat that one more time. It goes half, double, double, treble, double, double, half, and single. Okay, you're going to work that all the way around, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, I've completed the round, and my last stitch was a half double crochet, because if you'll remember, we started with the single crochet. Now join with a slip stitch to the top of the single crochet, chain one, and again single crochet into the top of that stitch where you joined. Now the pattern changes just a little bit, and we're going to make the corners. So it will go half double crochet, double crochet, 2 double crochets into the same stitch. We're beginning our little first corner here. For the corner, it is a treble, chain 1, treble, worked into the same stitch. Okay, that's the corner. Now let's kind of work ourselves backwards of what we just did. So begin with 2 double crochets worked into the next stitch. One double crochet into the next stitch, 1 half double crochet, and 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3 single crochet. Now let's do that sequence again. It's a half double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets worked into the same stitch. Now let's do the corner. Treble crochet, chain 1, treble crochet, all into the same stitch. And 2 double crochets into the next stitch. One double crochet into the next, half double crochet, and 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. Okay, do that 2 more times and we're done. We can tie off. Okay, you will finish the round with just 2 single crochets worked into the last 2 stitches of the round, because that first single crochet counts as one of the 3. Join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet and you are finished. Tie off. Now we just need to weave in the ends. Okay, so if you look at some of my other little squares, you'll notice that the little loop is a little bit tighter. So this is what I do when I am weaving in the ends just to pull that in. And of course, you always have the option of doing a magic ring if you know how to do that. I just wanted to demonstrate the pattern, how it was written. So some of these you can do magic ring. But I will just pull this around, insert my hook around, kind of pull it tight around to tighten up the ring if you choose to just be doing the chains and making a circle. Now, of course, also you can use a smaller hook if you really want these squares to be much tighter. I'm allowing for a little bit of drape since they're going to be sweaters. Okay, so all you got to do is just weave in the rest of the ends and you've got yourself a cute little square. So for the next part of this video, I'm going to show you what I make with all of these squares. So I put together a little shrug, little jacket for my granddaughter, Kate. She's 18 months old. I used 20 squares to put this together. So I'll take you through the process of how I sewed the squares together, and construct it, and I'll show you how I made the little armholes out of one of the squares. You just fold it in half and reducing on the sleeves for the cuff, and then just trimming it out with single crochet so that you can make a little tie here. So, okay. So the next part will be me showing you all the steps. So now I want to show you how I am joining my squares. I have the right sides of the squares facing towards me. And so this happens to be the arm portion. So I just want to show you this join that I'm doing. You can kind of see it through here. It's called a zigzag join. And so far, this is my favorite way to join the squares. Of course, you are free to choose whatever way you would like. But I start by going ahead and making a loop on my hook and then pulling through with a slip stitch in that very corner. And then I also am entering from the top side and slip stitching to the coordinating corner. So the trick with this stitch is to always come in from the back side of the stitch and zigzag each coordinating stitch across on the other side. The tail runs down the middle. So here we are here, and I'm entering it from this side and then over here on this side. And it really creates a very pretty little zigzag as we go down and join the squares together. So this will be the layout of how I am sewing this sweater together. These are the arms. This is the back of the sweater. This is the front. And I shouldn't say sweater. This is kind of like a little shrug. So I'm going to fold it in half here so you can see how this is going to work out now. And all I have to do is get a little, I'm going to be sewing on a piece for the armholes. Okay, so this is how I'm going to do add some extra width for the armhole. So I'll be sewing this and this, and actually I should look at it this way. I'm going to be sewing this to this, and then folding it and sew this to this. And that way it's attached to both sides and I get the extra room I need for the little armhole. Okay, and then this becomes the shrug. So I'll be attaching those and then I'll show you how I'm just gonna trim this out a little bit. So like I said, I have sewed this on right here. And now what I'm going to do is make sure that I fold this in half here, or diagonally, and I'll flip this over. And now I'm going to sew this and this. And that's how we will have our little armhole. So just really want to make sure you're understanding how to do that. So I sewed it this on this side, I've flipped it over, and now I will begin I'll have to turn it this way and come into it. Like I said, you got to come at it from the opposite side, and I'm just matching the corners up here. And then I begin working just each stitch, matching them up like that. And then what I'll probably do is then I can just continue, after I do this, then I can continue sewing up the rest of the sleeve all in one shot. Just like that. So we're almost done with constructing all the squares together. So as I just sewed up this sleeve too, I thought, okay, let's go ahead and continue on. Chain one, get your hook in there, and let's decrease a bit around this and make just a little bit of a cuff. So what I did to do that is I began with single crochet into each of the first two and then skipped one. So I will do 2 single crochets and then skip. That will just reduce the size just a little bit, and then I'll do one more round of just 1 single crochet into each single crochet. So that's how I'm reducing around and kind of creating a little wrist. So I've just completed the round, brought it in a little bit, and I don't even feel like I need to join or anything because I'm just going to do the next round. So just start working single crochet into each single crochet that you made, and then we'll join and tie off. And you're done with that side of the sweater, just for one arm and a wrist. And then I'll pop back on here, and basically all I'll be doing is doing the exact, I just will trim around the whole edge of the sweater 2 times, and we'll create some ties, and we'll tie it right here. This is where I'll create ties. So to start trimming around the whole bottom of the sweater and the neck portion, I'm just going to pull up a loop, and I am going to crochet in the direction that the chains are facing so that I'm looking at the front side of the sweater, just so the front of my single crochets are showing. And pull up a loop, chain 1, and begin single crocheting 1 single crochet into each stitch. This will take you around the bottom, back up the side, around the neck, and back, and then you'll join. No, you don't even have to join, just keep going. We're going to go around 2 times, and I'll meet you back when we're right here, because this is where we'll chain out and create one of the ties, until we get back up over here and do the other thing, and then we'll end right here. So that's how you'll get 2 ties to tie this sweater together. Okay, so I have worked, this is my second round, and when you get to the crease right here in between the two squares, this is where I'm going to create a tie. So I just chain 50. And then what I do is go ahead and slip stitch back through the chain. In each chain, I'm just working slip stitch. So I'll work that all the way down this chain. So I'm back down to the base. Here's my little tie, and I'll just slip stitch to the space where I began, just underneath that single crochet, and then continue single crocheting all the way around the neck edge and come around here, make the tie, and then I'll tie off, and we're pretty much done. That's the little shrug. So let me get that finished. Well, here is my completed sweater all put together. Here's the cute little tie. Make it look cute like that. And there you go. So baby Kate is 18 months old, and it fit her great. Maybe the sleeves were a little bit longer. I'm guessing you could even put this on, you know, have it be a little bit bigger on a 12-month. So it could be a range of 12 to 18 months old, depending on the size of your baby, your little girl. But it's just like a cute little shrug. Of course, for bigger sizes, you know, make longer arms, put more width across the back and on the front, but you just are joining squares. So anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. Good luck on your little shrug.